The mirror principle stands as a potent tenet of reality, bearing the profound potential to entirely reshape our lives. Unlike other methods that demand tangible actions or specific techniques, this principle is focused on the transformation of the self. If your ambition, for example, is to amass a fortune and become a millionaire, the mirror principle posits that you must first embody the mindset and spirit of a millionaire internally before it can manifest externally. Without this internal transformation, you might find yourself constantly shifting from one situation to another, mistakenly believing that the problem lies externally. This principle teaches us a pivotal lesson. Without internal change, no external change is possible. This is the cornerstone of the mirror principle. If you can truly grasp and master this concept, you can harness its power to manifest your desired reality. The promise of the mirror principle is that everything you touch can turn to gold, but this metamorphosis demands a reckoning with your own inner demons, a confrontation with your own reflection, and an acceptance of truths about yourself that you might find unpalatable. If you're prepared to undertake this profound change, this discourse is meant for you. In the following discussion, I'll introduce a vital exercise that I continue to practice, which helps me adhere to this principle. Today, we'll delve into the essence of this principle and explore how it can revolutionize your life. Reality serves as a mirror, reflecting your interplay with yourself and the world around you. It mirrors your internal universe onto your external surroundings. To elaborate on what I mean, let's revisit the example of aspiring to become a millionaire. If your relationship with money is marred by beliefs of incapability or incompetence in wealth generation, the mirror of reality will echo these beliefs back to you. It will say, if that's what you believe, so be it, and provide further proof of your inability to create wealth. Consequently, you will encounter more situations that validate your belief, reinforcing the narrative you've constructed about yourself. Remember this vital notion. The external world is simply a reflection, a mirror image of our internal world. Upon close observation, it becomes apparent that many people are deeply engrossed in the whirlwind of the external world, captivated by technology, social media, and the constant hum of daily life. Amidst this external chaos, we often lose touch with our inner wisdom, our core essence that we once had mastery over. Let's delve into the 4 keys that can empower you to mold your reality according to your desires. When we examine concepts such as the law of attraction, a recurring theme is the mirror-like nature of reality. We often attempt to manipulate this mirrored reality. The first fundamental key to understanding the mirror principle is recognizing that the mirror of reality reflects 2 things: your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the world around you. In other words, what manifests in the mirror of reality is a projection of your self-perception and your perception of the world. If you perceive yourself as inadequate, the mirror of reality will merely reflect this belief back to you. You'll find yourself thinking, I'm not good enough. I can't accomplish this because I'm not good enough. In response, the mirror will echo, you're not good enough. Here's more evidence to support your belief. The reflection you see is determined by the messages you send to the mirror of reality. Think of this mirror as a faithful companion, ever ready to validate your beliefs. Instead of attempting to manipulate the reflected image directly, the key is to transform the image we project onto the mirror. This concept can be compared to the process of influencing someone. If you assertively tell someone not to do something, they are more likely to do exactly what they've been told not to do. On the contrary, if we choose to inspire and motivate, offering persuasive reasons to abstain from certain actions and delineating potential negative consequences, the person is likely to be more receptive to our influence. Therefore, our objective should be to subtly influence our world. The mirror of reality merely amplifies the image we project on it. The mirror of reality will always reflect what you believe to be true about yourself, your identity, and your worldview. It's important to remember this as one of the key tenets of the mirror principle. Now, you might wonder, how can we alter this reflection? How can we disrupt this pattern and intentionally choose what we desire to reflect? The answer lies in creating your own identity and shaping your personal worldview or paradigm. To illustrate how to shape your identity, consider this example. First and foremost, you need to gain clarity about your long-term aspirations. Picture where you want to be in 10 years. What does that final image look like? What daily activities do you see yourself engaged in? What elements make your life a continual journey of exploration? Ask yourself, who am I in this vision? What characteristics and traits do I possess when I'm achieving, possessing, and doing these things? These questions will guide you in constructing your desired identity. This introspection is vital. Next, contemplate your worldview. How do you perceive the world when you're living this envisioned reality? How do you interpret the world when you're experiencing all of these desired outcomes? Take a moment to craft powerful affirmations. Begin with affirmations about your identity, your perception of yourself. You could articulate something like, I am worthy, I am a magnet for abundance because I possess the transformative touch of an alchemist. Then, formulate affirmations that align with your vision of the world. For example, the world conspires in my favor. Everything happens at the right time and in accordance with the divine plan. As you commit to repeating these affirmations daily and internalizing them, be prepared to observe a remarkable transformation. The reality you perceive, your worldview, will start to shift right before your eyes. Even if your aspirations seem challenging today, it doesn't mean you won't be able to realize them tomorrow. Everything requires time, practice, and patience. Honor your time, but also don't let fears hinder you from achieving the extraordinary. Ensure that you set aside time to do this exercise. It has the potential to entirely transform your life. Now, let's proceed to the second key. What you need to understand is that the reflection we see in our physical world manifests with a certain delay. Why is that? In our inner world, we can instantly create an image by simply closing our eyes and visualizing what we desire. That's how the process unfolds. In this third dimension, the physical dimension, manifestations take time due to the inherent nature of matter. Matter is dense and cannot contravene the laws of nature to instantly manifest everything. This realization leads us to the next key. You need to maintain the belief you've established long enough for your desires to materialize. What does this entail? It means you must stay loyal to the identity and worldview you've created until your goal materializes. If you aspire to be something, begin by assuming the identity of someone who already embodies that. Ask yourself how that person would behave and uphold that identity persistently. An intriguing phenomenon transpires when people begin to experience this. They notice their lives have highs and lows. They set a belief, an identity, anticipating their goal to come to fruition, but the result doesn't manifest instantly. Consequently, their mood starts to dip, and so does their belief. Once your mood hits its lowest point, suddenly the manifestation reveals itself. However, when it does materialize, it starts reflecting your previous negative mindset with a certain delay. Then, the manifestation begins to regress again because it is merely reflecting your current emotional state. In this process, a wave-like cycle emerges in your life that is inescapable. You will experience highs and lows, and they are inevitable. The key is to remain dedicated to the identity and worldview you have forged. This commitment is the most effective method to induce significant shifts in your life. Let's now proceed to the next key, which I find deeply influential. I practice this principle daily. What you need to grasp is that the mirror of reality doesn't reflect the nature of your thoughts, but rather their refined content. Let me explain further. Consider this. If you constantly express dissatisfaction, such as, "I despise my dead-end job," "I hate my boss," "I detest my partner," "I abhor the bills I have to pay," the mirror doesn't reflect the hatred per se, but the specific subject of your discontent. For instance, if your thought is, "I hate the bills," the mirror reflects back more bills. If your thought is, "I hate my job," more circumstances that provoke dissatisfaction with your work will manifest. This is exactly how it operates. The more you complain about what you don't have or what you don't want, the more these situations will continue to manifest in your life. This process gives you more reasons to affirm your worldview and identity. This is the fundamental distinction between a scarcity mindset and an abundance mindset. It's merely a matter of perceiving the glass as half full rather than half empty. The key to implementing this in your life is straightforward. Concentrate on what you desire and what you already possess. To initiate any change, you need to focus on what you currently have. Everything you possess, the progress you've made, the loving family you're part of, and the things you desire in your life. Take a moment and ponder. What do I want? What would make my life an authentic journey of discovery? How would that look and feel? Even if the image is vague, as long as you're focused on what you want, you're on the right track. When you maintain your focus on what you desire, the gap between your current life and your desired life begins to close. That's because you start to expand the boundaries of your comfort zone. So that's key number 3. Now let's transition to key number 4, the mirror cycle. This is not only the last key, but also a game changer. If you learn to navigate this mirror cycle for your own benefit, you will no longer be plagued by uncertainty. You will literally witness reality, altering right before your eyes. The process begins with an observation. Reflect on any negative attitudes or complaints you held in the past, the unfortunate events that transpired, or the unconscious decisions you made. That is the present moment. When you find yourself in the present moment, confronted with bills to pay or a job you dislike, for instance, you observe this scenario and use it to shape your internal image or attitude. By image, I refer to the inner attitude, thoughts and feelings that we present to the mirror. When we form this image, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it. Consequently, it molds reality in accordance with the reflected image. However, what typically transpires is that most individuals look at the reflection again and remain ensnared in this cycle. This is an addictive trap that many people fall into. They observe and persist in this pattern, and ultimately they become frustrated as the same situations keep recurring. They are left wondering what they're doing wrong. In response, they try different tactics and strategies, such as business strategies or launching a new business, but to no avail. These attempts fail because they're not addressing the root cause, their internal image and attitude. Initially, these strategies might appear to work and may even spark excitement, but individuals often revert to their old patterns. This is because they are unable to make a fundamental internal change, but it's essential to remember this. The lack of progress is due to the absence of any fundamental shift in worldview and identity. The way to implement this change is to reverse the usual process. For most people, the cycle begins with observation, followed by image formation, and then reflection. This is the typical cycle for those who feel controlled by their circumstances. However, if you aspire to be a co-creator, a true architect of your reality, you need to invert this cycle. I say this from personal experience, as understanding this cycle brought transformative changes in my life. To break this cycle, we first start with the image we wish to create. We turn our backs on the reflection, we stop focusing on our current reality. This is because we begin to understand that our present surroundings have been shaped by decisions made in the past. It's crucial to comprehend this, or nothing will change. If I want to shape tomorrow, I need to consciously choose today. So we start with the image. As we select the image and assert, "This is what I want, and this is what I have," the mirror has no choice but to begin reflecting it, though initially in small amounts and gradually. Even minor changes will occur slowly and with delay. So what's the next step? Instead of observing, we affirm. We glance in the mirror to see what's working. When we see the reflection, we acknowledge, "Oh, that's working. Look, that happened." If you desire more confidence, for instance, start by creating an image of a confident you. Over time, you'll observe that people will begin to respond to you more positively. If you aim to enhance some aspect of your work or business, you'll start seeing improvements. Even if it feels like your whole world is falling apart, focus only on the elements you want to affirm, the things that align with the worldview and identity you've chosen to construct. The concept is to persist in this process. The more you continue, the more it will evolve into something exceeding your wildest dreams. If you begin employing these principles, your life will undergo a complete transformation. This isn't just theory, it's a practical approach that I've applied and found to be effective. Therefore, I'm sharing it with you. At the onset of my spiritual journey, I dismissed these ideas as nonsense. But when I witnessed the results, it was astounding. The things I desired began to materialize, exceeding even my own expectations. As we delve deep into the mirror of reality, we unearth an inner strength that we often neglect. What we perceive around us is actually a reflection of our beliefs, identity, and worldview. However, the secret of transformation lies in not merely observing reality, but actively molding our destiny with the image of who we aspire to be and what we aim to accomplish. As we shape this new image, the mirror of reality responds in kind, initiating small alterations and gradually reshaping itself. The mirror of reality is boundless. It simply reacts to the image we present. Much like the alchemist who converts lead into gold, we can transform our lives by cultivating an abundance mindset, focusing on our existing riches and our desires. Our exploration of the mirror of reality is essentially a quest for the truth within us and a celebration of our capacity to create, innovate, and transcend. I hope this knowledge serves as a guiding light on your life's journey, aiding you in crafting the reality of your dreams. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they too can derive benefit from its message. And don't hesitate to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. Once again, thank you for watching and for joining me on this journey. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you soon.